Coming to you live across the worldwide all-dog network from the WooF Driver Recording Studio Center in Los Angeles, California. Your host, WooF Ditty producer, Bucky Harris.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Well, it looks like I might have started on time tonight, 7:30 Pacific time. I hope y'all are tuned in. We've got some interesting stuff tonight. Again, this is the WooF Ditty Show, brought to you by the WooF Driver. And he resides at woofdriver.com, woofdriver.com. And all his material of music and great Disneyland creative material is at wooftunes.com. WooF being W-O-O-F. Not to confuse that with wolf. WooF Tunes. Anyway, hello Claudine, bonjour. You must be over in France, I love it. Been there a couple of times. Love to go back. We actually want to go to Tuscany next. So I'm glad you tuned in here. And again, for those that are tuning in, whatever dog breed you have, let me know. And these shows, what we're doing nightly, we started on Monday. This is now Thursday. We've done 3 shows. First one was of the Spaniel. Next one was of the Labrador. And last night we did the Afghan. We had some fun with that. And what it's about is talking about the history of these dogs. All the breeds. We're going to be going through all the breeds throughout the year and indefinitely, really, 4 or 5 nights a week at least. And I just want to break it up with these little song ditties that I produced just to have fun with, kind of clever little things, short and sweet. Tonight we're working on talking about the Dachshund, okay, that little wiener dog guy, the sausage dog they call him. And although we don't want to eat them up, they're so cute. But that's what they call them because of what they look like. Interesting stuff. And please tune in with us and tell all your friends. This is a new concept on Facebook with streaming live TV, so to speak. No commercials. Nobody's coming in there talking about Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Bernie, 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 Hillary, and all that. Ain't going to happen here. Okay? The dogs wouldn't have it. They don't know. They don't know. But there's some other shows that the WooF Driver is producing, just like this one, live feeds, and I'm going to tell you about those toward the end of the show, so you can tune into those at all if you're not onto them yet. But in the meantime, we're going to do our WooF Ditty show tonight, and this one here, we're going to start out just talking about the Dachshund, because that's our breed of the evening. And then throughout the half an hour or so of the show, we're going to sing this ditty for you 2 or 3 times, in case you tune in late, just for fun to get on to it. And the WooF Driver posts these shows afterwards at woofdriver.com, so you can rewatch them if you need to, and so forth and so on. Okay? The etymology about the Dachshund is such that the name Dachshund is of the German origin. And it literally means badger dog, from Dachs, or badger, and Hund, from hound, hound dog. And I know my mom, she had some German shepherds, she used to call them, "Get the hunts in here, get the hunts in here." She meant the dogs. And she was from Germany as well. The pronunciation varies widely in English. Variations of the first and second syllables include dusk, dachs, dachs, and hunt, hunt, and hunten. Although Dachshund is a German word, in modern German they are more commonly known by the name Dackel, that's D-A-C-K-E-L, or among hunters as Teckel. Teckel, like T-E-C-K-E-L. The German word is pronounced Dachshund. Because of their long, narrow build, they are often nicknamed wiener dog, like I said, or sausage dog. Oh, you got sausage dogs. They're just cuties. They're very protective. Now, classification of these dogs, they're in the hound group or the scent hound group. Great scent in the United States and in Great Britain. The breed has its own group in countries which belong to the World Canine Federation, they call it. Many dachshunds, especially the wire-haired subtype, which you don't see a lot of those. And if you do, you don't really maybe think they're a dachshund. You know what we're looking at, the little brown guys, right? Most of the time. They may exhibit behavior and appearances similar to that of a terrier, group of dogs, the wired guys, a little different. An argument can be made for the scent or hound group classification because of the breed was developed to use scent to trail and hunt animals, and probably descended from St. Hubert hound, like many modern scent hound breeds such as bloodhounds and basset hounds. But with the persistent personality and love for digging now that probably developed from the terrier, it can also be argued that they belong in the terrier or earth dog group. Good stuff to know. Scroll up here like John King does on the political stuff of the red and blue states, and we'll scroll with my finger on my computer here. And that's the classification. Now, characteristics, when it comes to appearance, okay, a typical dachshund is long-bodied, we know, and muscular with short, stubby legs. Its front paws are unusually large and paddle-shaped for extreme digging. They like to dig. It's good to know. So if you get one, watch out for your yard. You know what I mean? It has skin that is loose enough not to tear while tunneling in tight burrows to chase prey. So it gives, so she doesn't get, it's not tight. The dachshund has a deep chest, which provides increased lung capacity for stamina when hunting prey underground. Its snout is long with an increased nose area that absorbs odors. So it's got a great scent. Okay, coat and color. There are 3 dachshund coat varieties. Okay, smooth coat, which is short hair, long-haired, and wired-haired. Long-haired dachshunds have a silky coat and a short feathering on the legs and ears. My wife's mom had Fritz. He was a dachshund. Just a beautiful, loving, so protective. I mean, anybody comes around, he's right there barking, letting you know someone's there. The wired-haired dachshunds are the least common coat variety in the U.S. It is most common in Germany. And the most recent coat to appear in breeding standards. Yeah, dachshunds have a wide variety of colors and patterns. Their base coloration can be single-colored, either red or cream, and we know the red ones a lot. We see most of those. Tan-pointed, black or tan, chocolate, and color and other patterns. Their base coloration can be singled into either red or cream, like I said. Some of them have a tan or blue and tan look, or Isabella and tan. Not sure what Isabella is. Sorry. You look it up. In the wired ones, the color referred to is a wild boar color. It's a little different. So we've seen the black and tan ones a lot, and the all tan one, reddish tan ones. That's the most common that I've seen, that my friends have and that people love around here. Patterns such as dapple, merle, saddle, brindle, and piebald can also, I love that word, piebald. Who came up with that? Can also have any of these base colors. Dachshunds in the same litter may be born into different coat colors depending on the genetic makeup of the parents. So they're not necessarily all going to be the same. That's interesting to know. The dominant color in the breed is red, followed by black and tan. That's the order of strength of the genes, apparently. The tan-pointed dogs have tan or cream markings over the eyes, ears, paws, and tail. The red range from coppers to deep rusts. Let me stop right here in that comment and say hello to Miranda New. Hello, how are you? Good to have you aboard. Hang tight. We're going to have fun tonight. That kind of rhymes. At that comma, we were talking about leading much character and almost burnished appearance. This is referred to among breeders and enthusiasts as an overlay or sabbling. Sabbling should not be confused with a more unusual coat color referred to as sable. And at a distance, a sable dachshund looks somewhat like a black and tan dog. Upon closer examination, however, one can observe that along the top of the dog's body, each hair is actually banded with red at the base near the skin, transitioning to almost black along the length of the strand. That's quite interesting if you're to take a hard look at their hair. Interesting. An additional striking coat marking is the brindle pattern. Brindle refers to dark stripes over a solid background, usually red. If a dachshund is brindled in a dark coat, it has tan points. And it will have brindling on the tan points only. Even one single lone stripe of brindle is a brindle. If a dachshund has one single spotted dapple, It's a dapple. How about that? Okay. Now, one more quick paragraph here. The Dachshund Club of America, which is the DCA they call it, and the American Kennel Club, AKC, considered both the piebald pattern and the double dapple, double merle pattern to be non-standard. However, both types continue to be shown and sometimes even win a conformation ring at the dog shows. Now again, this is pretty deep information about the breed. I mean, it's things that y'all that are tuned in, and hello to Paul Martin, hello from Las Vegas. Okay, Las Vegas. My good friend Frankie Marino just lost his gig at Planet Hollywood. It was short-lived. He's from Santa Cruz and grew up with my daughter, went to high school, and I played in the band with him for a while before he moved out to Las Vegas. Frankie Marino, you probably heard of him. And but all's good. All's good. I gotta talk to Frankie, see if he has any dogs. I'm not sure if he does. So hello Las Vegas. All right. Was just there a few weeks ago. Cosmopolitan. Dogs that are double dappled have merle pattern of a dapple, but they also may have some white patches that occur when the dapple gene expresses itself twice in the same area of the coat. Pretty technical stuff. So we're going to move on here, and I'm going to go ahead and let's run down the little ditty here about the Dachshund. And someone wrote in, and they told me they had a Dachshund. His name was Dickie. Dickie the Dachshund. So I wrote this little ditty. This one's real short and sweet. We're going to play it 2 or 3, 4 times just because it's short and sweet within the show here, just to break up and have some music. And I also have some other WooF Driver music we're going to present tonight to break up the show of just talking about the breed and the information. Okay, we're going to break it up, have fun. This is all about fun, and I hope you're enjoying it so far. Any other comments, please send them in. Send them in. Tell me what kind of dog you have. We'll do a show on your breed. Again, it's just at random what breed we're going to do what night, 5 nights a week. Okay, this is about this guy. Let me see if I can get this right for you, okay? Here we go. If we get this thing started, let's get this party started. Doesn't want to behave here. Oh, there we go. So the WooF Driver is the sponsor, and here we go. Here's short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. He used to hunt badgers and foxes, that's right. He worked in the pack, never looked back. Worked in the pack, never looked back. Larry King knows that, and that's a fact. A stranger comes around, he's your protector. That's right. The tricks he can do will give you so much laughter. That's Dickie the short-legged Dachshund. That's who he is. Dickie the short-legged Dachshund. Now, living in Europe, he hunted badgers and foxes. Short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. That's who he is. Dickie the Dachshund. Okay. I'm going to run that down one more time for you, because I screwed it up. Here's short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. Yeah. He used to hunt badgers and foxes, that's right. He worked in a pack, he never looked back. And Larry King knows that that's a fact. No, Larry King, a stranger come around and he's your protector. That's right, the tricks he can do give you so much laughter. That's Dickie the short-legged Dachshund. So he is, Dickie the short-legged Dachshund. While living in Europe, he hunted badgers and foxes. Short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. That's who he is, I'll tell you again. Dickie the Dachshund. Okay, Dickie the Dachshund. I hope you enjoyed that little ditty. The WooF Ditty Show. P. Ditty, WooF Ditty. That's who it is. So once again, to remind you, the woofdriver.com. Let me see who just came here and said something to me. Oh, the WooF Driver is hanging out, checking me out. A boss. Make sure I'm doing things in a kosher way, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Okay, that was Dickie the Dachshund, little ditty there. Woofdriver.com is where this all started. Okay, WOOF, 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 Driver, one word, driver.com, and you learn all about the Wolf Driver and his entrepreneurship and his love of his dogs. Now, he has Huskies, and he does mushing. Now, we're going to get into Husky Night, which will be a special show, which is probably going to go a lot longer than 30 minutes because there's a lot to cover, and explain about his love of his Huskies. But he loves all breeds of dogs, and he just encourages everyone to get on board with learning about training. There's new shows. You check him out on woofdriver.com. You'll see the shows they post after they've gone live. We have the dog counselor, Dean Miller, in Nashville. Brilliant. Learned so much. You've got Britt Savage in Nashville, who's doing Woof News about news stories about dogs. All kinds of fun, funny stuff. Odd things that happen that you never think about. And you just laugh. You have fun. And you love your dogs even more. So this is what we should tune into. Then we also have Carol Anderson on there. She's doing paw prints. She has a book. Dean has a book on dog counseling and training. I mean, there's all these amazing folks out there, like myself, who really just love their dog. Now, my dog Boxer is off tonight. He's half Shepherd, half Cane Corso. I'm going to do a thing on him one night. We took him down to the park. We're out here in Southern California. We took him down to the beach to take a walk, and it was a lot of hills, and he's tired. Okay, he's tired, so he's taking a sleep out there. But I'll bring him on again. He was on last night for a minute. I introduced him, and then we got cut off our signal, and then we had to log back on. But for those of you who might have seen him, he was there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do a little bit more information here about our Dachshund, because it's Dachshund Night. Now, we'll talk about the size real quick. Then we're going to play some of Wolf Driver's other music. And it's hard to describe all this music and all the thoughts and lyrics and compositions that this man has come up with about meditation, about love of the dogs. It's an array of things. It's a Disneyland. And if you go to wooftunes.com, that's WOOFTUNES.com, you'll examine this Disneyland of material. It's incredible. So you'll take time to do that, hopefully, and you'll tell all your friends about it. Check it out. And like I said, for the youngsters who love dogs too, of course, you know, they're still in grade school, whatever the case, and they're home playing their Xbox all the time after their homework, and they're watching iCarly and Disney Channel. Instead of doing that, they can turn them on to this wooftunes.com, and they'll be amazed. There's videos, there's information, there's poetry, there's rap. You know, they're hip to rap. We got rap, okay? It's not just square music and oldies. There's parodies, which is taking songs you know, hit songs you know of, and hit albums, and making these new lyrics fresh, original thoughts that Uncle Wolf Driver has taken care of and put together. Brilliant stuff. Just, it's endless. I love it. Timeless. So again, the size of the Dachshunds, okay? Talking about size. They come in 3 sizes. That's nice. You know, you got a Wendy's, you got a single, double, and a triple. Okay? Well, you got a standard, a miniature, and this one, a Cannonchen. Now, that German for rabbit, that guy must be really small, okay? Because they're going from big to miniature to small. Interesting. Although the standard and miniature sizes are recognized almost universally, the rabbit size is not recognized by clubs in the United States and the United Kingdom. The rabbit size is recognized by the World Canine Federation, the FCI, which contains kennel clubs from 83 countries all over the world. I'm not familiar with the little rabbit size one. Sounds like a preemie, okay, whatever the case. An increasingly common size for family pets falls between the miniature and the standard. I think the one that we had, my mother-in-law had, was Fritz. He was standard. He was standard. Frequently referred as tweenies. Not Twinkies, tweenies. Interesting. Not an official classification, but a cool name. Tweenies. In-betweenies. A full-grown standard dachshund averages 16 pounds or so to 32 pounds. So, boy, if you feed him too much, he's on the 32 side, I guess. Lots of exercise for all dogs. Always. Always. Fresh water, fresh food. While the miniature variety normally weighs less than 12 pounds. So that's a tiny little guy. The Canachin, the rabbit one, is he only 8 pounds to 11 pounds. According to Kennel Club standards, the miniature and the Canin Chin. I'm going to spell that, Kaninchen, Canachin, were recognized. Differs from the full-size body only by size and weight. Thus, offspring from miniature parents must never weigh more than the miniature standard to be considered a miniature as well. While many Kennel Club size divisions use weight for classification, such as the American Kennel Club, the AKC, other Kennel Club standards determine the difference between the miniature and the standard by the chest circumference. Interesting. Another fact, didn't know about dachshunds. Some kennel clubs, such as in Germany, even measure the chest circumference in addition to the height and weight. So that's how the size works on that. Let's take a quick here. Let's talk about the eye color real quick, then we're going to play Dickie The Dachshund again for you. Okay. Light-colored dachshunds sport an amber, light brown, or green eyes. However, Kennel Club standards state that the darker the eye color, the better. They can also have eyes with 2 different colors. However, this is only found in dapple and double dapple dachshunds. I should have written let me write another ditty called Double Dapple Dachshunds. Try to say that real fast 3 times in a row. Double Dapple Dachshunds. Double Dapple Dachshunds. Dachshunds can have a blue and brown eye. Blue eyes, partially blue eyes, a blue eye and a brown eye are called wall coloring. Hey, your dachshund has 2 different color eyes. Yeah, that's wall coloring. Did you know that? No. I do now. Wall coloring, 2 different eyes, blue and brown, are considered non-desirable trait in the Kennel Club standards. Well, oddball, dappled eyes are possible. Okay, so let's just check out Dickie the Dachshund one time here. I'm going to play him for you. Here's short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. He used to hunt badgers and foxes. That's right. He worked in a pack, he never looked back, and Larry King knows that, it's a fact. A stranger come around and he's your protector, that's right. The tricks he can do will give you so much laughter. That's Dickie the short-legged dachshund, that's who he is. Dickie the short-legged dachshund. Now, living in Europe, he hunted badgers and foxes, yeah. Short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. That's Dickie the Dachshund. Okay, we got Paul Martin here. He's still from Las Vegas. He's here. Looks like Suzanne Harris. I know her. That could be my wife. Hi from Suzanne. You're on live. Wow. And Grace, our great friend Grace. And there's Buster barking. There must be somebody outside. It's probably a rabbit. Yeah, he does that. He likes to do that. So I'm going to play a couple tunes here that the WooF driver sent. Now this one is a rap, actually, I think. Take a look here. Hard to hear the lyrics, but part of WooF Ditty.
Let's go. Now let's start it up, let them roll. These mutts, you kick it up the go. You jam with it, jump it, bam, with a bump. So let's get rockin' with non-stop action. All things traction and endless passion. They keep them happening and hopping. Not like kangaroos, more like puppy dudes. Come on, hit it, flip it, nip it, and then sip it.
Get it, nip it.
Each other, and there's no wonder how they hide and hunger from this endless play all day. Just doggy sideways, the faces just say, "What's up, dog?" Listen to my call, play it with that ball, love you all. Now put the paws high in the air, play like you just don't care. Bark and drool with your player. This ain't no doggy daycare, so let's stare. Make all dog lovers aware. Be in the house. And don't you dare sit down on me very hair. We gonna keep rocking there. Ain't no stopping us now. You will see how. And say, wow, somebody whine. Them hooks down. This is really rough. Let's go. Tonight, we in the house. Chasing down that mouse. Waking up his mouth.
Yeah, he's in the house, all right, chasing down a mouse.
Then he can show you how to dance.
That wish Buster chased down a mouse if we get one in the house. We'll have to call Mr. Exterminator. Well, that's a little rap thing. I mean, it's longer than that, but just give you an idea of some of the stuff that's going on the wooftunes.com. And I'm going to work right here to the temperament of these dachshunds, okay? They're playful, but as hunting dogs, they can be quite stubborn and are known for their propensity for chasing small animals, birds, and tennis balls with great determination and ferocity. Chase the tennis balls. That's something. Many dachshunds are stubborn, making them a challenge to train. Now, our show, Wolf Driver show of the Dog Counselor with Dean Miller in Nashville. Tune into that show. You know, he's the guy to ask about how to get over the stubbornness and to train your dachshund. That's his job. He has this business. He's a great trainer. And just to know who he is, he's the son of Roger Miller. Roger Miller, for those who remember, Trailers for Sale Around, King of the Road, huge icon, superstar out of Nashville, recording artist and writer. Dang me, he'd take a rope and hang me. He had tons of hits. This is his son, and he got into dog training and counseling. He has a book, and he's very, very brilliant and very knowledgeable. And I watched his show tonight. I'm going to go watch it again, but he has information on there to help you know how to deal with your dog, how to talk to him, how to do things, how to get him to do stuff the right way, who he really is, find out who he really is. Okay, I have Bishal, forgive me, Gimari, hello. I don't know what country you're from, or if you're in the U.S., but it's good to have you aboard, and I hope I didn't screw up your name pronunciation too well, but you know, some names are hard to pronounce if you're not sure. But I'm glad you're on board here. We've got people watching. That's the good news. There's no bad news. Now, let's talk about the health of these guys, okay? The breed, the Dachshund breed, is prone to spinal problems. Ouch. Especially the intervertebral disc disease called IVDD, due in part to an extremely long spinal column and a short rib cage. It's kind of logical sense, unfortunately. The risk of injury may be worsened by obesity. Once again, any animal that's obese, being obese, we reconnected real quick. I think we went out for a minute. So the risk of injury is worsened by obesity, which makes sense. Jumping, if they jump a lot, or rough handling. Of course, you don't want to rough handle any dog, especially a little wiener dog. Or intense exercise, if the exercise is just too intense. So you got to be careful of all these things, which place greater strain on the vertebrae. So about 20 to 25% of dachshunds will develop this unfortunate disc disease if you're not very, very careful. It's a low percentage, really, but it's probably because those factors, people aren't aware of those factors. Perhaps they think that more exercise is better, jumping up and catching balls or whatever is great for them, but apparently it makes sense that it may not be the case because of the long vertebrae, short legs, and the short rib cage. So treatment for that disease consists of combinations of crate confinement and courses of anti-inflammatory medications, steroids, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like carprofen and meloxicam, or chronic pain medications like tramadol. And of course, drugs aren't great, so if you can do it naturally and keep them from doing these things that might hurt themselves, the better. Unfortunately, serious cases may require surgery to remove the troublesome disc contents. A dog may need the aid of a cart to get around if paralysis occurs. So, the more you're aware of this, you know, when you get your little baby puppies and wherever you get these guys, they're so cute. Just be very careful of these things, you know, and talk to your vet about all these things. He should know. And tune in to the dog counselor and ask him questions if you have one of these. Let's see, anybody else here right now? We're looking good. We're looking good. Okay, we don't have to get into details of that. There's a lot about that. That's probably enough. Although there's one subject we could cover: sports. Some people train and enter their dachshund to compete in dachshund races, such as the Wiener Nationals. How do you like that? I don't think that's Hebrew National Wieners. I think it's just the Wiener National. Okay. Several races across the United States routinely draw several thousand attendees, including races in Germantown, Tennessee. I actually lived there for a short time, right out of Memphis. It's in the country, Germantown. Bossier City, Louisiana, played there. Buda, Texas, never heard of it. Davis, California, we know where that is. Phoenix, Arizona. Los Alamitos, we know where that is, up the street here. Findlay, Ohio. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Oklahoma City, Kansas. Palo Alto, we know where that is. Shakopee, Minnesota. There's also an annual dachshund run in Kennywood, which is located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, called the Wiener 100, and in Huntington, West Virginia, called the Dachshund Dash. I like that, the Dachshund Dash. Despite the popularity of these events, the Dachshund Club of America opposes Wiener racing, as many greyhound tracks use the events to draw large crowds to their families, because the Dachshund Kennel Association is so worried about those potential injuries, due to their predisposition to back injuries, which makes sense. So, again, it's one of those things that those who participate in that hope they're aware that there's volatility to injury to their little dachshunds, little wiener dogs. Okay. And then they have this one more sport. It's called earth dog trails, in which the dachshunds enter tunnels with dead ends to the tunnel and obstacles attempting to locate an artificial bait or live but caged and protected rats. Ugh, who knows? I wouldn't want to be in that one. Popularity. Dachshunds are one of the most popular dogs in the United States, ranking 10th in the 2012 American Kennel Club registration statistics. They are popular with urban and apartment dwellers because they're small, ranking among the top 10 most popular breeds in 76 of the 190 major cities surveyed by the American Kennel Club. One will find that varying degrees of organized local dachshund clubs in major cities exist, including New York, New Orleans, Portland, LA, and Chicago. Okay, let's play our little ditty one more time here. And again, one more time for Dickie the Dachshund. Okay, he's a fun guy. Here's short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. He used to hunt badgers and foxes. He worked in a pack, never looked back. With Larry clean nose, and that's a fact. That's a fact, that's right. A stranger come around and he's your protector. Ha, the tricks he can do will give you so much laughter. Who's it? Dickie the short-legged Dachshund. That's who he is now. Dickie the short-legged Dachshund. Look here. Living in Europe, he hunted badgers and foxes. That's short-legged Dickie the Dachshund. Goodbye, Dickie the Dachshund. Okay, that's Dickie. Hope you enjoyed that little ditty there. We're just trying to have fun here with this thing. Let me play a little bit more. Here's a WooF Driver tune. Now, this is about confidence of your dogs.
Wolfmanchi confidence.
Wolfmanchi confidence.
Wolfmanchi confidence is when the dog is totally comfortable with himself and at ease. He therefore knows what is expected of him to proceed and live. This confidence is the ability in the dog to try new things, recover quickly from uncomfortable
This is some of the things that the Wolf Driver's written about and we put into music tunes over the last years. I'm going to fade that out right now. It's longer than that. So you go to wooftunes.com and you can examine all this material and take your time to listen to it. And once again, the youngsters out there who aren't hip to this and never heard of it, don't know what it's about, you know, kids love dogs too, you know, and get their minds off the Xbox and iCarly and Disney Channel and all these things on TV. Have them go onto their iPhones or iPads or whatever devices they have, because they all got them. And log on to wooftunes.com and go into the Disneyland there and play some stuff. There's kids stuff, there's birthday songs about people's dogs, poetry, all kinds of good stuff, and it's a lot of fun. It gets your mind in a different direction and focus in on the love of your pups and dogs. We're going to sign off right now for the night. We've had fun tonight. I hope you've had fun. And those of you that are still with us, tell all your friends about these shows. I'm on every night pretty much at 7:30 Pacific time. Dean, the dog counselor, which is great information that you can ask him live, just like you comment here, questions. And he's on Thursdays from Nashville, which is Central Time. He's on it Thursdays, I think, at 6, and Sundays at 8. One of the two, but the Wolf Driver will post that to make sure I didn't make a mistake there. And then the Wolf News with Britt Savage, who's wonderful, and she's a singer that's amazing. She won one of the last Star Search programs with Ed McMahon, #1 winner back before they went off the air. And she does a lot of jingle singing for our company, jingleads.com. If anybody needs a jingle or anything produced, jingleads.com is our site. And be in touch if there's anything we can do for you, produce any kind of music whatsoever. We have a team of people that most likely can provide what you need, okay? Professional people and singers and so forth. So we're going to sign off tonight with our deal here.
Coming to you live across the worldwide all-dog network from the Wolf Driver Recording Studio Center in Los Angeles, California, your host, Wolf Ditty producer, Bucky Harris.
Okay, that's it for this evening. We'll see you tomorrow night around 7:30. Tune in. I'll be surprised what breeds tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. But come and check us out. Take care, y'all. And just love and hug your dog. Fresh water, fresh food, good exercise. Bye now.